So it's Owl Tower Summon. Let's find out what's new. One, two, three. And I think this is the 4-star. So I'm going to start with this fellow because the other two are already featured, so it'll be easy to get them. So we have a new 4-star owl, Giuliani. Reminds me of some name. Dark Wizard. Owl family bonus is available for 1, 2, 3 heroes. All received mana status ailments will be replaced by the respective numbers based on those number of heroes for 3 turns. Okay, no passives, thankfully. Owls don't need passives. Even the goblins don't need passives. Giuliani is upset and vanishes. Stats 677, 692, and 1289. I would say these are all three as a combo are good stats. Scroll of Spite at slow speed. And the moment I read slow speed, the above stats lose 25 to 30% of the impact. But the tiles don't reduce. And when I look at the max power preview, this is a legendary, not in the distant past, maybe a year and a half or 2 years. Let's go forward. Attacks the target and nearby enemies with Moonrise Strike, dealing 860 damage and deals 30% more damage if the target is holy. So the base damage is 430. The damage scales depending on attacker's attack and defender's defense. Obviously, I'm talking about the actual stats, not the special, the stats, attack stats and defense stats. The maximum damage can be 860 and the minimum damage can be 215. Now, the minimum primarily is going to be because of growth and wither effect, which comes mainly at this moment from the goblins, because buffs and status ailments affecting attack and defense do not affect damage scaling. So, it's been discussed before, clarified now. Let's go. Target and nearby enemies receive 900 poison damage over 5 turns. So that's about 180 poison damage over turn. And the caster and all allies absorb 35% of the dealt poison damage as health. So all allies will be picking up 35%. Let's look at the max preview. Does that change? No. So 35% of 180 will be about 60, 61 per turn will be health for all. There'll be like heal over time for all. That's a tiny one. But in 4-star zone, it is not so minuscule, but it's not something significant also. So Giuliani, slow speed, yes. So in rush, he will be absolutely top notch. But despite and you know him being on defense, you bring holies to knock him off. He's going to really hammer those holies with 30% more damage. Poison damage to target and nearby, but the healing, whatever that percentage will be, is going to be to all allies, which is nice. So he's doing a lot of things. Being an owl, obviously, has its impact, and yeah, he's going to have a little bit of fun in rush. He's going to have massive fun in rush and fun overall also. So I still don't feel that total comfort, but then that's primarily because in the epic zone there is not much mana impact from the troops. Yes, there are some heroes that improve mana speeds, but the troops don't, and hence slow really stays slow. And that's where the utility aspect of the slow is lesser. But okay, I mean, still, Owl, good hero, fantastic stats, and does a lot of things. So I would be happy to get him and level him up also, because it's always wonderful to have a copy of one badass who is impacting 3. Impact 3 damagers are always in vogue. And if they can heal a little bit, extra vogue. And he's giving a good quantum of poison damage. The good thing about the poison damage is nowhere it is written that it's not cleansable. So be happy. Let's go to the next one. So the next one is Lodius. Red legendary, barbarian, so can give a bleed damage. This we already know. No passives, and looking at straight at the stats. 1042 attack, 1038 defense, and 1600 is health. All three fantastic. Max preview is this, which is insane. Let's get rid of that and come back to little normal numbers. Attacks the target with Moonrise Strike, dealing up to 2200 damage, 2200 damage. That's, I think, the highest damage that I've come across. Declared damage, which means it's 220 HP. Deals 40% more damage if the target is holy. Wow. So the holy is going to get really bad. So if you're taking a holy, ensure that the holy is sitting in some corner, and you'll know why as we read forward. But first, base damage is 1100, which is 1100 HP damage at very fast speed is awesome. Maximum damage can be 2200, and minimum 5500. Basically, 5500 will be due to the goblin growth and wither affect damage, and also the maximum will get impacted by that too, because there are damage buffs in the form of growth. Buffs and status ailments already said they don't have any impact on the scaling, damage scaling. So let's go forward. If the target is defeated by the attack, then nearby enemies are unable to gain any mana for 3 turns. Again, nowhere it's written it's uncleansable, so this ailment can be cleansed. The benefit is take a hard hitter, hammer the target, or rather take a hitter and hammer the target, and then let Lodius lose on the target. That knock from Lodius whacks, and the nearby are jammed. So when you're attacking, ensure that actually at least the holy characters are sitting in the wings because holy will get 40% more hard whack, and then the 2 flanks next to the holies are going to be boom. So whether the holy is a tank or a flank, there will always be somebody on either side. So while attacking Lodius, at least ensure that some holies are in the extreme wings or divided. Okay. Jokes apart, let's look at the last portion. All allies counterattack with 60% of the damage received. This is something like Liu Bei, or even that yellow War of Three Kingdoms slow speed fellow who gives fiends and minions. Even those minions give counterattack. So 60% counterattack is useful, as we have seen from Liu Bei's minions giving counterattack. Any counterattack is useful because it acts as a pad and also a damager. So this is a brilliant hero. Massive damage. A kill shot ensures no mana to the nearby of the dead fellow. And counterattack of 60% for all allies. Wow. And very fast speed. Oh, this guy is going to be chased and put in as a tank because he has tanky numbers. Livia. That's the holy legendary paladin. So enhanced defense. We know this. No passive. 927 attack, 1038 defense, and 18. So 927 attack, 1038 defense, and 1874 is health. All three fantastic, and this is going to enhance the defense further. Rites of Inner Knowledge at average speed is the special, lifts all cleansable status ailments from caster and nearby allies and randomly distributes them on enemies. So, status ailments are picked up and distributed. Caster and nearby allies get Moonrise Ward for 4 turns. That reduces incoming special skill damage by up to 1320. Reduces damage by additional 30% when the attacker is holy. Okay. So the base damage reduction is minus 660 HP and the same rules apply. The maximum is going to be minus 1320. Minimum is going to be minus 330. Again, goblins are the ones doing the show, running the show of the max and minimum apart from the defense and attack stats. But buffs and status ailments have no effect on the damage scaling, whether receiving the damage or giving the damage by the OwLs. Caster and nearby allies regenerate 1800 HP over 4 turns. Now this is good HP over 4 turns because that's 450 HP over single turn. Still, HP over turn is not a very welcome thing, but 450 is a decent number because it can surpass the slash attacks. Slash attacks these days are 250 to 400 or 500 depending on who's doing the slash with what kind of buff. The caster and nearby allies reflect status ailments and negative stacks for 4 turns. So status effects cast by characters, minions and fiends on the same side cannot be reflected back, which is fine. But the caster and nearby allies, whatever they receive in the form of status ailments and negative stacks is sent back. And this portion is really badass because we know what the toons do. So 2 of the aspects of the toons is already in here. Toons at 75% are pain in the ass, and these fellows are 100% reflectors. So we know what that happens. So she's doing quite a bit. Livia, good hero. Sends the cleansable ailments of self and allies. Damage reduction to self and allies. Healing, a good amount of heal over turn for self and allies. And self and allies reflect ailments and negative stats. I used her as a tank in beta and she was very painful. Quite a few other fellows had also used her as a tank because she is tanky, as you can see. 1421. Wow. And that was painful. Yes, you have to constantly do all kinds of crap. I had a little bit of fun in terms of stealing the health, but that is not so much fun when there is so much other stuff going on. So yeah, that's that. She can negate a lot of people. So you put 2 very powerful heroes, key heroes next to her as flanks, and she protects them and they do really hammer away. Nautica, we saw the video, and I'm quite sure quite a few people would have experienced Nautica also, his insanity with that mana. You put 2 strong flanks and you basically end the show. Similar case with Livia. You put 2 strong fellows, she really protects them and allows them, enables them to do the job on offense, of course, and even on defense. So that's that. Obviously, she can be used as a tank or a flank because I wouldn't want to go, because she's self and nearby, the only 3 positions she can be, even in either way, whether on defense or offense, she needs to have 2 fellows on either side. So tank and flank positions are the only positions meant for her. So that's that. Hope all this helps. Let's go in, come in, go out and come in. So 3 good heroes join. He obviously is going to be the star because of the speed and the massive snipe. I should say massive snipe potential and lot of disruptions and fun actually. You know, it's fun to team up certain heroes together and play it out. And Lodius is one of that kind of a character. So it's interesting. Okay, so that's that. Good luck in case you've already landed the heroes of your choice, not just from the new introductions, but also from the older ones, because he is good even though slow. Revives like crazy at average speed. Painful. Extremely painful. Haven't dealt with this one. I haven't leveled the one that I have also. So currently it's whatever. Not doing hers, too slow. And he has been an absolute fun fellow. So that's that. Okay. Good luck and cheers. See you in the next one.